Hello, everybody, and welcome to our podcast, Welcome to Livingston, where we invite local businesses, people, and organizations in to talk about what they are giving to our community. My name is Don Putkela.
And I'm Angela Putkela, and we're with the Putkela Group Real Estate Professionals. As realtors and brokerage owners, we bring valuable insight into the local market and community every week.
Thanks for listening, and welcome to Livingston. Hello, and welcome back, everyone, to another episode of our podcast, Welcome to Livingston. My name is Don Putkela.
And I'm Angela Putkela, and we're with the Putkela Group Real Estate Professionals.
And we are really excited about our show today. But before we get started, I just wanted to mention our sponsor. Our sponsor is Lake Michigan Credit Union with Jim Paquette. They are an amazing lender. Please reach out to them if you are in need and check the show notes for links to how to get a hold of them.
Absolutely. They're great and local, and we love having their support.
Yes. So for today's episode, though, we wanted to welcome in Chef AJ's with Chef AJ and Chef Jason. And thank you guys so much for coming today.
Thank you very much for having us.
You're welcome. Great. So you're a newer restaurant. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about your place?
Well, we're only been there for about a month or so, and we're basically kind of trying to do carry out, but we do have some seating in there and a good variety of different sandwiches, salads, entrees, and just a good variety of food. We thrive on getting the best ingredients we can find. We're getting our burger meat from Milford Village Butcher. We get our pastrami out of Chicago, which is a Wagyu cut. So basically trying to use high quality ingredients.
That is just amazing. I know I checked it out, and you guys actually brought some food in with us today. So we've been able to try some of it. You know, I have the pastrami Reuben here, and it tastes amazing.
Oh, yeah. It's melts in your mouth for sure.
It really does. You know, I see it as like a deli almost, where you're going in and you're getting your sandwiches made fresh right there, but they're high quality sandwiches.
Yes. Nothing's pre-made. So once you order it, we're executing it. So, and the pastrami, like I said, we get that out of Chicago. I'm using McClure sauerkraut. We got a nice high-end Swiss cheese, making the Thousand Island from scratch. We use a baking company out of Manchester, Grand River Baking. So just trying to get the best ingredients, put it together, and make great food with it.
I really like, in terms of on your menu, you have such a wide variety. So there's just a number of different things to pick from.
Yes, absolutely. We've got a few salads, and the menu is a work in progress too. So we're trying to figure out what's working, what the neighborhood's looking for. So there's going to be some minor changes coming up on the next menu. But for the most part, it's a lot of stuff that I enjoy to have myself. A barbecue chicken sandwich, that's a recipe that it's from a place called 17th Street down in Marion, Illinois. They won Grand Champion of Barbecue in Memphis in May.
And it is outstanding.
Yeah, so it's more of a Memphis style, a little, the sauce is looser. It's not a very sugary, thick sauce. A dust on it. And, we're just trying to do the best we can.
I liked it. It had like kind of a smoky flavor. Sometimes when I have barbecue, it's just like, oh, it's so sweet. But it just looked delicious, and the bacon and all of that. So that's what I picked, because we had options, which was even more exciting. But that's what I was struck by. Is it was rich, it was smoky, it was very tasty.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't smoke it, but it's the bacon. So we use Newski's bacon. But any chance we get, we're just using the best stuff we can, and it's got a dust on it, so that's a lot of flavors coming from the we call it the magic dust, but it's just about 7 or 8 different herbs and spices put together, and it just works together well.
That is just amazing. So what brought you guys to Brighton? You've been open here a month.
The opportunity. So that spot, I was going to do a food truck. I've kind of bounced all over the place. I was originally from the southwest suburbs of Chicago, and I was the chef. I had basically the same identical place in Chicago. So I was the chef for the White Sox. We catered to them quite often. So every breakfast, every lunch, and then we did quite a few of their dinners also. And Brighton, I just kind of saw the place empty for a little bit, and I sent over an email asking and inquiring. And I made a pivot. You know, with a food truck, a lot of times you end up with a brick and mortar place anyways once they get real busy. So, I just made the pivot, and I think that side of town needed something, and that's where we ended up.
That is just amazing.
Nice. Really good. And then Jason, how'd you get involved in this?
I'm a longtime Brighton resident, went through all my school, graduated here, and I met AJ just before he opened. I loved the idea that he was trying to present. I agree that the town needed a little bit of a menu change and some new fresh items, so we just tried to make it work.
Awesome.
With you coming from that background of catering for the White Sox and that, you know, it speaks to your idea of quality ingredients and fresh ingredients and nothing against other restaurants because everyone, you know, there's different things out there for everyone. But I love that you have this combination that you're bringing in the different fresh ingredients and such because like tasting this, you know, I can tell the difference.
Absolutely.
And you know what I wanted to mention also, for people out there that love a Reuben, he has a pastrami Reuben here, and we're all used to, we go in places, we get a corned beef Reuben. It's got a little bit different flavor, and it's just such a welcome change.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I actually stumbled onto this, not from Chicago, even though I was there, but it's a place called Tempesta, but I was at Monger's Provision in Detroit, and me and my friend saw it in the deli case, and we said, well, let's grab a half pound of it. Before we got home, we ate it all. So we didn't even have a chance to make a Reuben out of it. We literally ate it cold on the way home, and it's just the quality of the ingredients. It just melts in your mouth, and yeah, it's one of my favorite sandwiches for sure.
Because that's the thing. I mean, everybody's on the go, and, you know, some of the junk that people might pick up, I mean, that's terrible. You know, I'm terrible for you, but to have fresh ingredients have the best quality.
Absolutely. All our sandwiches aren't healthy, but we have healthy options for sure.
Right.
But yeah, everything's made from scratch. So if you're having our chicken parm sandwich, we're making the red sauce. There's nothing on the menu that's really brought in and served to you. Every salad dressing's made from scratch. Everything's from scratch.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Right. To have that choice, you know, you're going to fly in someplace and you're just going to get the same thing that you've always gotten, you know, come in and get something unique, because if you're going to cheat on your health a little bit, cheat with something really good, right?
Right. Absolutely.
That's true.
And outside of the menu every day, we also run a list of specials that rotate daily, so there's even more options than you see.
Wow.
Yeah, we usually have three to four specials every day. So this week we did a mortadella sandwich with provolone, mayonnaise, Dijon mustard on a brioche bun, which is Anthony Bourdain's favorite sandwich. We also did a honey mustard chicken sandwich with the same bacon with a honey mustard sauce on a pretzel roll. Ooh. So we're going to incorporate some seafood dishes coming up here shortly. We're going to add a couple desserts to the menu. So it was still a work in progress, but we're figuring it out.
Right. So it means stop by on a weekly basis and see what's new, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. What's been popular so far?
Yeah.
Has it been the Reuben and the barbecue? And
I would say the Reuben is, I see the repeat customers coming in for the Reuben. But like you were saying, you could try everything. Some people are stuck on that Reuben still. So, the Reuben, our burger also is a blend of short rib chuck and the point side of the brisket. And that's excellent also. But yeah, I would say that's our big seller right there.
There you go. Yeah, and I saw that on your Facebook page. I saw the burger on there.
Yes.
And that just looked amazing as well.
Yeah, we actually had a brand of special. That's probably the one you saw. It had avocado, fried jalapenos, pepper jack cheese, chorizo, and then in the burger. So it was a big burger for sure.
Right.
robust.
Yeah,
It was a full meal.
yeah.
Right. So what does the experience look like for someone they walk through the front door in there? You know, you're making it fresh, you said?
Yeah, and we have an open kitchen, so you kind of see me and Jason doing our thing and working, and you know how the kitchen operates and works, especially when it's busy. It's, you know, we're not bumping into each other. It's kind of a little dance, if you will. So, you know, I know what he needs, he knows what I need, so we're kind of feed off of each other. It's not like Hell's Kitchen. I'm not screaming and yelling at him. It's more a teamwork for sure. And I could tell with Jason, he's a foodie. He puts the passion that I have for the food into the food. So it works great.
It's really nice.
And I know you mentioned Hell's Kitchen and that, but you know, I did want to mention you guys were on TV recently, right?
Yeah, we did a cooking school on Fox. That was about 2 weeks ago, and that was good. It was a good experience. I did one segment years ago on ABC in Chicago, and we had a great producer for the segment. And before I knew it, the anchors were next to me and we were on TV. So it was kind of no time to have the nerves, you know, catch up with you and all that stuff. But it went really good. We featured almost all these sandwiches that we brought in today, our mortadella with a mustard mornay sauce. And by the time we were leaving, the anchors had so much food on their plates, we thought they were going to break. So I think we did a good job.
This is really helpful because our listeners, it's neat because some of the people we bring on have been places that have been here forever, but to have someplace new that I'll bet you a lot of people out here listening don't even know about you guys yet. So
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
going to be awesome to get the word out and make sure people come out and try it. And
Yeah, unfortunately, with the construction there on Grand River, too, it seems like some people might be scared to sit in the traffic, but it's worth it if you want to come over and find us.
100%. And even going the other way, sometimes the traffic's just sitting there. So instead of sitting in the traffic,
Come in
pull in and get a sandwich, right?
Absolutely. That's kind of my feeling. I'd rather come in for a sandwich and see if the traffic lightens up.
Yeah.
exactly. Or at least it gives you a little break in the middle.
Or if you're on your way home, it's a perfect place to grab yourself something for the kids, something for everybody, basically.
And while we're talking about it, everybody, you're going to be able to find it in the show notes, but they're located right on Grand River near Hacker Road between Howell and Brighton. So they're on the north side of Grand River, right before it's starting to curve there. Great location, easy to get into, right on the end of a strip mall there. So, please go in and check them out. Check out their menu online. Like I said, we've got some of their food here. And everything we've tried has just been amazing.
Oh, my gosh. And the menus look good. So, we started with high expectations anyway.
Right.
But especially for you guys to bring it in for us to really try it.
Yeah, we figured that would help if you've eaten it, then we know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. Like, when you have more time, we try to do that. But it was neat because Don's the president for LCAR, Livingston County Association of Realtors, which is kind of across the street from where you guys are. Or next door, yep.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of how he found out about you guys. It's like, wait a minute, we need to get these guys on.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the thing, getting the word out. Word of mouth is, you could tell it's starting, and that's probably our biggest thing, is people telling other people, kind of thing. But when you pass by, it's easy just to pass by a place and not see it sometimes too. So
Right.
And I love that you have, more on there than just even the sandwiches and the salads. I'm looking at this here with the bow tie pasta. You have barbecue salmon. You got some grilled pork loins.
Yes. So the bow tie pasta is one of my favorite dishes, my girlfriend's favorite dish too. It's, again, made from scratch. I'm just using heavy whipping cream. We have roasted red peppers, which we're roasting in-house, artichokes, sauteed spinach, but not even the sauce is pre-made. So it's all put together as soon as you order it.
Wow.
That's actually the dish he prepared on the Fox 2 segment.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, you must get in there pretty early if you're making sauces and everything.
Well, a lot of them are made to order, so I don't have to make that cream sauce ahead of time. So basically, it's that dish probably takes about 6 to 8 minutes between the chicken cooking and everything. So it's a quick dish for sure.
Wow.
Wow. So it's almost like you're on your own reality TV show of like, all right.
Oh yeah.
What's somebody gonna order, and then.
That's what the customers say when they order. They said it's almost like a walk-in reality TV experience because they order and then they get to watch us dance around, and they're like, it's almost like choreography.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know what you're doing, but you don't know what someone's going to ask for when they walk in.
Absolutely.
Right.
And then when we see the printer go with the ticket, you could order online too. So we don't know the customers in front of us, and all of a sudden it's a huge order. And I could tell Jason's the same as me. You almost get a little excited to get busy and get things done. So it's fun.
Well, and I love the open kitchen because, so often when you're going out to order food someplace, you don't know whether that was fresh.
Absolutely.
If it was made that day, if it was made days before, and a lot of people don't understand that some of these chain restaurants, that stuff came in already made.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot of the stuff is put in a bag and dropped in boiling water, cut the top open, and poured in your bowl.
Right.
So pasta dishes are all pre-made, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's one thing to see it actually touch a pan instead of a microwave.
Right.
We don't have a microwave. This place, I do have a freezer for the French fries. In my last place, I didn't even have a freezer.
Wow.
That's great. It must have been exciting to meet some of the players when you were with the White Sox and stuff too.
Oh yeah, the pitchers were the best because the starting pitchers, because they had nothing to do for 4 days between their starts, so they would always be in the kitchen and bugging you and asking you for this, asking you for that. A couple of the players would take a balsamic glaze home, and the wife would be like, "You got to stop giving him that. He's dripping on the couch. He's doing this and that." So yeah, it was quite fun. I got a lot of little side parties out of it. When Mark Burley pitched his perfect game, I got to do a party at his house, and I forgot the name of the show, but the Chopper Show presented him with a Harley, and it was neat stuff like that for sure.
So neat, and the whole culture, and I'm sure they have very discerning tastes themselves.
Oh yeah,
so.
you can't make everybody happy. So if you bring filet, somebody wants lobster. You bring lobster, somebody wants filet. So basically, there we would do 2 entrees, 2 starches, 2 vegetables, 2 salads. So at least there was an option of 2 things for them. But yeah, no, you can't make everybody happy. And then there would be nights where someone decides to buy everybody dinner, and I'm sitting there with 2 hams that weigh 40 pounds a piece, kind of thing, and I would bring it and donate it to the homeless, hand it out, that kind of stuff. So it was unpredictable. Yeah, it was a stressful job because you didn't know rain delays and all that kind of stuff. You got to take into account of everything. So, and they expect the food at the end, whether it's a called game or a 9-inning game or it goes extra innings, all that kind of stuff. So
That's true. Holy cow.
Right. You don't know what time everything's got to be hot.
Nope. So I would cook by the inning. So if it was the 5th inning, I knew if we were having this certain dish, I would start it. If it was the 7th inning and it was something quick, I'd do it. I have a big grill, so I have a big 20-foot smoker, so we're going to start incorporating more barbecue over there also. But I would literally set up grills right in front of the stadium because everybody's in there, and I would start in the 8th inning, cook all the steaks real quick, and run them in, so just to try to get everything fresh. Because the first few years, I didn't have a place right up the road. I had a place about 35, 40 miles away. So to get that freshness, I would bring the grill up with me, set it all up, and do it right there. And then eventually that got very old, so I opened up a place just blocks away. So it made my life a lot easier.
I'll bet. Cool experience.
Yeah, it ran its course though. I was always the first one there at 6 a.m. and I'm always the last one to leave. So it got your 13-game homestead. You're beat down. So I was there probably 10 or 11 seasons.
Wow.
And it just kind of was time for a change. And then I had a friend in the Ann Arbor area, and I would visit him, and I just fell in love with the area. And then I'm the very last house in Brighton over by Pinckney. And I just kind of fell in love with the house, the area, all the lakes, all that kind of stuff. So that's
so much here.
Yeah, and then I figured if I ever needed a fallback plan, there's plenty of restaurants in Brighton. There's plenty in Ann Arbor. I worked as a corporate chef up here for a few years. Then during Corona, just kind of played the stock market and sat at home for a while nobody was going out to dinner or anything. And then, this place just fell in my lap, basically. So
Awesome. See, it was fate.
Yeah, it was. So we'll see how it goes. We're going to give it the good try there. There's been a few places in and out of that location, but I don't think the location is the problem. If you pull up and it looks real busy, there's a Hertz in the parking lot, so a lot of those cars aren't customers for anybody. They're just sitting there being rented out, so don't be deterred by that. And pull in and give us a try for sure.
There has been a couple in there, but I think you're right. I think it.
So what it is, right?
It's a lot about what it is and what the quality of the food
absolutely.
is. Once people start tasting the food and they know about it, they'll come out.
Yep.
So do you guys end up doing a lot of DoorDash yet, or?
I don't really like DoorDash.
Okay.
If anything, I'll hire a delivery driver. They take too much of the profits, basically, to use those services. So we're on a website called Toast, which is our point of sale system.
Okay.
So you can order right off of there. But right now, we're not doing any delivery right now.
And I can understand
centrally
that.
located, though, so it's easy enough to swing by, like you said, on the way home. Or,
and then if I've got to take into account like Grubhub and DoorDash, my prices are going to be higher. So right now I can compete and give a high quality product at a reasonable price.
Well, and I would say for people out there, part of the draw here, not only is the food so good, you get to come in and see you make it.
Absolutely.
It's fresh, it's hot. I've talked to people that, we don't really do the DoorDash or the Grubhub, but like even during, the pandemic and stuff, I'd go to get food to go, and then I'd get home with it, and I'd be like, well, I know it was better right when I got it. That time lapse.
Right.
You want it nice, you want
But
it
since
hot.
it was warmed up from something else, it wasn't fresh to begin with.
It was not fresh.
So that's what made it by the time.
Yes.
Yeah, and who knows what they're picking up too. Your order could go for a ride for 3 other stores while they're picking up other orders and
Very
all
true.
that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then every now and again, maybe you dabble in some catering some?
Yeah,
or-
we do smaller events. We definitely do. We can accommodate off the menu too, so I could cook just about anything. But we will definitely incorporate the barbecue grill more and be able to do do certain outings for sure, and catering gigs.
We've done a few big corporate lunches and stuff out of the restaurant as well.
Yes.
Neat.
Yeah, we've got some pharmaceutical reps that are using us, and so far everybody's been pretty ecstatic about the food, and we're at the top of the list for the next time, basically.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Makes it great. Yeah, and you were mentioning the county, and it's interesting because that's a big part of how the podcast really got its start, is because through the pandemic, so many more people started moving into the county. And Jason, you've been here a long time, so you probably saw it too.
Yes.
But I think once it mattered where you lived, people said, "Wait a minute, this is where I want to go then."
Right.
Because there's the lakes. There's sometimes we ask guests about what the favorite thing of our county is for them. And I feel like everyone has a different answer because there's so many great things about Livingston County.
Absolutely.
Yes, the county's definitely growing and changing.
I found that I couldn't get a great sandwich where I was at. I'm towards the Hamburg end of town, so I would have to drive all the way to Brighton. And even when I drove out here, I was not a place that I can just go in, get a sandwich, and walk back out. We do have seating in there for about 6 people at the counter, but it's just nice to be able to grab something and have a few bites on your ride home and not make a whole hour and a half out of the deal.
Right. That's
That
true.
is very true. And I think the other thing is, like I consider myself a pretty good cook, but I get sick of the things that I know how to cook.
Right.
So to be able to go in someplace else and, have quality things and then have those specials too.
Yeah, that's why we like to put the specials on, so we're not little variety, change it up a little bit. But
Right.
the stuff that we are cooking is a lot of fun. It's not like the just over and over and over and over the same stuff, because even with the Reuben, it's, putting the sauerkraut on, getting the pastrami in the pan at the right time and all that kind of stuff. It makes it fun to cook. It's a fun menu to cook.
Right.
Well, that's what it's all about, right? Having
Yep.
a good time while
Absolutely.
you're doing it, and then we all get the benefit of it, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
No, you can
To
tell
enjoy.
when it's a happy kitchen or not a happy kitchen for sure. Absolutely.
The meal shows.
The meal
Yeah.
shows. And you've already got some loyal customers, you said, that are
Oh,
starting
yeah.
to come back.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got a gentleman and his wife that when I put the sloppy joes on the menu, I know they're coming in. And if it's
tells
not
us
on there,
every
he's going
time.
to tell me about where's the sloppy joes. And if I
Right.
have some, I accommodate them for sure. But
Right.
yeah, every time that's on the menu, I know we'll be seeing them basically.
Does it get tricky trying to decide what to make and put on? Because, like, to Don's point, in terms of what we decide to eat for dinner, oh my gosh, it's impossible to.
Sometimes it's more like what I feel like cooking,
There you go.
And I mean, I put things on the menu that I won't personally eat myself, like the burger that we just had with the pepper jack cheese and the jalapenos. I'm not a big spice guy, so it's not in my wheelhouse, but I know everybody likes spicy and, and everybody wants that. So, yeah, it's not just things that I like either. So.
He created it and made me sample it.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I fried the jalapenos. I go, tell me how hot these are, because with a jalapeno, you just never know.
You
But
never
it's
know.
nice being able to play off each other and doing the specials and the menu items as well.
Yeah, because that's true. You probably come up with some ideas too to be like, hey, AJ, I was thinking about this.
Absolutely.
It gives you guys room for creativity for something new.
For sure. Yeah, and the busier it gets, the more creative we can be, because I don't want to get a bucket of scallops and, not know that they're going to get sold. So the busier we get, the more, the kind of more creative we'll be with our specials too.
There's so many options too.
Yeah, the options are endless for sure.
I've been asking a bunch of questions. Is there anything else that we're missing that we need to know about Chef AJ's?
Well, just like we kind of touched on it, that me and Jason do have a passion for what we're doing. We enjoy what we're doing. He doesn't come in. I've had a lot of people that come into work with I don't want to say a chip on their shoulder, but just not excited to be there. And he's kind of like me. He's excited to be there. He's excited to cook. We like interacting with the customers. We have the front end ladies. It's a mother and a daughter. So for me, it makes it perfect, because if the daughter doesn't want to come or the mom doesn't, one of them's coming, I know. So they can work that out with themselves. So it makes scheduling a lot easier. And it's just me and Jason right now in the kitchen. So that takes a big load off of me having, if I had a full-blown restaurant, it's just, it takes my ability to do the cooking. And I'm doing more of the paperwork and the scheduling and all that kind of stuff. So I enjoy keeping it small, keeping it tight like it is.
It gives you a little bit more hands-on, right?
Oh, yeah,
The bigger you
absolutely.
get, the less you get to do what you love anyway, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, the more, the busier it is, the less you're in there actually doing it. I'm more ordering the food and checking, oh, we're out of this, and you get a lot more headaches for sure.
Right.
Yeah, you deserve to do what you're passionate about,
Yeah.
and what you're enjoying, and
Yep.
making these fantastic.
Yeah, and I don't see
Foods.
us expanding into a bigger spot anytime. I kind of like this concept basically. So it's a carry out concept, but like I said, there's seating in there. A lot of people sit down. We have a older couple that comes in. I bust out the good plates and the silverware for them, and it's just enjoyable. And then when we went on the Fox, by the time we got back to the place, we had a line of people waiting to come in. So it's, things like this help us a lot too. So we appreciate it.
Oh no, we love getting the word out there about the local restaurants, what local businesses are doing in the community, and what they're bringing to the community. Because Livingston County is so great, but Brighton, Howell, those areas, there's room for more restaurants, and I love the location of where you're at because you're right. It's kind of I don't want to say dead zone, but it's a good opportunity there.
Yeah,
People
to
are
me, I
pissing.
see the future. I hope I see the future, and I feel with the hospital expansion in that end of town, I think it's coming up basically. So I think it's a good spot for us to be.
Right, jump off the freeway, get some food on the way home.
Yep.
Have it nice and hot right when you walk through the door.
Yeah, it's close
Absolutely.
by to just so many things.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can call ahead, and if you don't want to come in and order, you call ahead, go online, order online. So you don't have to waste too much time in there if you don't want to.
Right?
Yep.
And you guys do lunch and dinner,
Yes.
which is nice. It's not just one.
Yeah, we're open 11 to 7. So we're Tuesday through Saturday.
That is great. So, no, I would tell everyone out there, please check it out. Like I said, we're going to have the information in the show notes, but, check out their website. And then you guys put your specials on the Facebook page, right?
On the Facebook page, and then also on chefajs.com, if you actually hit the specials, it'll redirect you in those I put on before we open in the day.
Very cool. No, I do want to ask you guys, what's your favorite part of Livingston?
I really enjoy, I've got a fishing kayak that I don't get on as much as I'd like to, but I enjoy going out to the lakes and just taking the dogs for a walk. I mean, go any direction from my house, there's a trail. So I really enjoy just getting out into nature and spending some time with the dogs or spending some time on the kayak and just relaxing.
Yeah.
And going out to eat. I enjoy going out. We don't go out a ton, but when we do, with Brighton Bar and Grill, we've been to Bourbons. I've tried them all, basically.
Yeah.
Same thing for me. I'm a huge outdoorsman, so I've always stayed in the Brighton area because I just love the idea of all the parks and different trail systems and walking areas we have around.
Yeah, that even as there's more building, I feel like we've been able to keep that culture, keep the
Exactly.
nature.
Michigan has a lot of natural beauty.
It really does. It's so fantastic.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Illinois is just concrete everywhere. There's not the options you have here for
Great.
sure.
Great place to visit, but who wants to live there?
Yeah, no, I like going back to visit now, having some pizza, going to my favorite food spots. But about 2 days, 3 days, I wanna be back up here.
Yeah. Livingston is it's very much like home.
Yeah.
It has this culture to it.
Yeah, it's got that downtown district and the good feel, but 5 minutes down the road, you can be at the lake relaxing with your toes in the sand.
Best
There
of
you
all
go.
world.
Well, again, thank you guys for coming today. Everyone out there, please check out Chef AJ's. If you've been watching this on YouTube, you've noticed I've been eating the sandwich as we go here.
It's hard to put
It
that
is
one
hard.
down.
And one of the things, I'm going to hold it up here so people can see it here if I go this way. One of the things I'm going to say about this is I've had a lot of Reubens before, and I love that it's not a huge stack of pastrami.
Right.
You can actually taste the different flavors.
Yep.
So that it's that nice contrast within each bite, and it's not real fatty, which I love too. And I know you enjoyed your
Oh my
sandwich. If
gosh.
you want to show
And
it
I'm
there
not
on the
normally
camera.
a barbecue chicken person because, like I said, the sweetness, but it was so good. And there's cheese in there, and just the balance between the ingredients is just really, really.
And they've got a great menu. We didn't talk about it. They got some great sides on there too. So it's not just fries all the time. I saw you guys had spinach on there.
Yeah, we've got a cream spinach. You can get sauteed spinach, but the cream spinach, again, when you order it, we're making it. It's not a pre-made item at all. We have butter garlic fries, which seem to be getting more and more popular. So basically a clarified butter, fresh garlic that we mince up and just toss it into the fries. And Yeah, we have a few others too. So mashed potatoes. We have a couple different things.
Right. So you are getting a high-end chef experience with your order made fresh right there in front of you. All the ingredients are fresh. They're making the sauces right there and everything right here in Brighton. So please, everyone, check it out. Check out their Facebook page, their website. Go to the show notes here and you can get information about it.
Like them on Facebook. And
Yeah.
spread the word. Check them out because these guys are fantastic.
I try to get the specials up as quick as possible. Sometimes it's right before we open, but I've been trying to do it the night before sometimes. But like you said, sometimes I don't figure out the specials till I walk in the door in the morning kind of thing too.
Well, then people should just pop by and see what they are
Yeah,
then,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Chance to be surprised.
Yep.
So good. Well, thank you for joining us today. This has really been a pleasure to get to know you guys and feature you and to build your business up and spread the word.
Yeah, we appreciate it. I think word of mouth is the most important thing in this business. I think when people have good food, they want to tell people about it, which makes my job marketing it a lot easier. If all I have to do is concentrate on putting out the good food.
Right. Which you're clearly doing a very good job at.
Thank you.
So,
Yep.
okay.
Well, thank you guys so much.
And welcome to Livingston.